Welcome to MyLITV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. MyLITV starts now.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and stop it. There you go. Put your hands together for Long Island's David Windmiller. Oh yeah, David, that looked perfect.
I have been flying since I was 14 years old. I started flying in Long Island, and I soloed on my 16th birthday. I got my license on my 17th birthday. I fly a tremendous amount. I have about 15,000 hours of total accumulated time, and my love in aviation is exactly what I'm doing at this air show, is aerobatics. I competed in aerobatics for about 12 years, and now I have a family with 5 children, and competition is something we don't have much time for, so I get to enjoy myself flying some local air shows and having fun showing off what I spent my life learning.
We're ready for that. The watermiller tumble. Now this is using the gyroscopic action of the aircraft, where it started to roll one way. Watch it throw that right wing. 2.5 tumbles. Watch for the recovery. Absolutely phenomenal. That looked great, David.
I started flying without my parents knowing about it at 14. My parents only found out that I was flying the day before my 16th birthday. I needed my mother to drive me to the airport. I wasn't old enough to drive in order to solo. We lived in Brooklyn, and I used to take a bus to the subway. I used to take the subway to the Long Island Railroad, the Long Island Railroad to Amityville train station, taxi cab to Zons Airport, do the whole thing backwards and use up all the money I saved all week just to fly for as much time as I could fly. There was no legal issues with it. You just showed up at an airport if you had money and a smile. They'd find you an instructor, stick you in an airplane, and you started flying. I consider flying large aircraft from point A to point B relatively boring. You take off, you make 2 turns, you wait an hour or 2 or 3, you make another turn or 2 and you land. It really is not pushing any limits. Aerobatics is pushing the limits of aviation and aerodynamics constantly, and we're always trying to stretch a little bit further. My goal is to show precision to the nth degree. Every roll has to be perfect, every stop of every roll has to be perfect, and the gyroscopics or tumbling maneuvers that I've developed over the years, some I've never seen anywhere else aside from myself doing them, that I try to display at the air show to really show people that an airplane is capable of doing things that no one ever imagined happening. And if you do them under control, at least in my eyes, that's a very powerful thing, and it's something that I'm very proud of. And every year there is the US Nationals in Texas, and that's where they pick the United States Aerobatic team. The best of the country get to all pool together and find out who's on top. I was on the US team for 3 years, from 1999, 2000, and 2001.
In his biographical notes, David says, I have 1 great wife and 5 beautiful children.
My children are, I believe, interested in flying. I have 5 kids. I bought an airplane many years ago just to teach them how to fly. One of them is very serious about it. He's 13, and if it was legal, he could solo tomorrow without a question. Well, unfortunately, in 1996, on July 17th, there was a horrible accident of a 747 on its way to Paris that took off out of Kennedy, and we'll leave it up to people's imagination as to what they believe really happened. And that airplane, for some reason, left the air and crashed into the water, and everyone on it was killed, and my father was one of them.
Did your father ever completely accept that you being a pilot?
He finally did. It wasn't until I was in my mid-20s that actually happened. Yeah, I say I dedicate every flight really to him. He was a very special man.